Good morning, Cleveland County. We are here at the Lee Farm and Menagerie. My goodness, what attracted me to them was their eggplant at the farmer's market. And lo and behold, we pull up, and there's about every creature you can imagine. They're bottle feeding four goats, they're getting eggs. Do the ducks, are you getting eggs from the ducks too? Golly, this is just amazing. So we're here and we're going to talk to the Lees. We're in the garden, as you can see. And I am here with Michael and Kaylee Lee, that's L-E-E. And I have been absolutely blown away by what they have here. And Kaylee, I want you to tell me what you told me, how you happened to be on this place with everything that's going on.
Oh, well, the short story is I'm incredibly spoiled by my husband. Farming was never something that he was interested in when we met 7, 8 years ago, but it was important to me, and he has always went above and beyond just to help me make my dreams come true. So everything you see here, the gardens, the animals, my barn, was all hand built by him because he loves me.
Of course, of course. And this is such a precious story. And what Michael has done to create her fantasy land is absolutely amazing. Any comments, Michael, about that?
Um, not really. I mean,
Other than it's been a labor of
it's
love.
been a labor of love. I love my wife, so yeah.
Cow, this is great. Now, this is home to you. And can you explain a little bit how all this happened?
Um, well, I mean, I've personally lived here all my life in this neighborhood, so I knew personally about this land for a long time. Um, I've
Well,
my
your grandma lives up
Yeah, my
there.
grandmother, she's been a small time farmer for a long time, not in a commercial scale. So that's kind of where I got my roots as a farmer. So it's not something I wanted to do, but it's something that I've done for a long time. Gardens every year and eating your own produce and stuff like
Sure,
that.
sure.
So it kind of it worked out in both of our advantages really to kind of do that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. So
um,
this land became available because it was your grandmother's land first. Is that right?
oh no, it's from a friend of ours.
Oh, okay.
It's from a friend that we knew because we used to play in these woods. There used to be woods all throughout here, and we used to play all the time as kids. So we kind of knew of the land, and it kind of worked for us when it came available. So
Okay, okay. Well, I have to show you what first attracted me to their stand. They sell produce at the farmers market in Shelby, and they've allowed me to do this. These are eggplants. Can you believe that? You know, a normal eggplant, which I hope we'll get a picture of, they're about this long and they're black and they're a funny type of vegetable. Um, but these are babies, and these are, how do you know when when they turn dark purple?
they start dark purple. When they start turning whitish color, then they're ready.
Oh, they're ready. So this
Yeah,
is ready to
that's
do.
ready right there.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you cook them?
I do. We cook them pretty often. I've been trying different ways to prepare them.
Yeah.
This variety is a fairy tale eggplant, and
Is a what?
a fairy tale
Fairy
eggplant.
tale.
This,
Okay.
yeah, they have some pros. They're not quite as bitter as larger eggplants, and the skin is not as tough. So
Okay.
typically on a larger eggplant, I would peel it and then eat it that way. You don't
Right.
have to do that with the fairy tale
Oh,
eggplant because the skin is more palatable.
yeah.
I have put them in soup. I like to fry them and serve them as like mini eggplant parmesans. It's probably our favorite way to
Right.
serve them.
Right.
But they're very versatile and they're so cute. They're so cute on the table.
They
So
are.
I really picked that variety because they were just so precious to look
Oh,
at.
oh, yes, yes. Well, I told you at the farmer's market last Saturday that there's another name for eggplant. Eggplant is used in the United States and in Australia, but in Europe it's called aubergine, and that's Aubergine. Same kind of vegetable, it's just that they call it a different name. So I thought you'd find that interesting. If anybody came up and said, "Oh, look at those aubergines," you'll know what they're
You'll
talking about.
know.
Yeah. Now, this land was kind of a swampy area. Could we say that, Michael?
It's we're a lot downhill, so we had to fight a lot of stuff when we first bought the land. We had to grade it and get it usable for garden use and for animal use, really, because it just would pull up in some places. So we had to come through and get it graded and really worked on really hard to kind of make it usable for us.
Right. So that the water wouldn't stand
Yeah.
and that you could actually farm this place.
Yeah.
Now, this is fascinating to me. Tell me the name of this creek that runs beside your property, Kaylee.
Oh, so this creek is actually really popular in the area. It's called Lithia Springs. Down the road a ways, across the highway, there is a spot that locals like to go where there's a tiny tube that comes up out of the ground, and locals will go and get their own water for their homes. Because what they've told me when we've taken our dogs over there to play is that if you drink Lithia Springs water, you will live forever.
Whoa.
So
I better get working.
I've yet to try it, but I always encourage people when they come over, just take a taste,
Right.
if you're interested in living forever.
right. Well, this is so much fun. So, in the next segment, we're going to talk about if you can name all the plants that you have. But anyway, everything looks healthy. You irrigate.
Yes, so we use overhead irrigation and drip irrigation for everything that we have. And constantly we use county water with that also. In terms of fertilizers and stuff, we grow everything organically. I didn't want to mention that.
Oh, good,
we
please.
we do grow stuff organically. We don't use pesticides, herbicides, or anything like that on our plants. So they might not be as big, but they are organically grown. All of our stuff here. So we try really hard to make sure there's no foreign chemicals or anything in the water. So
Right. Well,
Yeah.
that's wonderful.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm going to give a plug to the county. County water is the best thing going. I mean, it's right there. You turn the knob on, and I have a drip line as well in my vineyard, and I know the joys of being able to have water, especially when it's been so hot this summer. It's just unbelievable. And that's what it's going to be like from now on.
Yep.
This kind of heat and this kind of drought. But you're lucky to have, and I believe you told me there's kind of a stream running under the property too.
Yes, there's multiple streams where it kind of connects because we have a creek line that goes all down the side of our property here. So we have a lot of underground streams that kind of, we don't know where half of them are at, but sometimes we'll find them when stuff doesn't grow when we plant stuff in certain places because it has too much water. So that probably does help a little bit in terms of keeping our stuff irrigated, just the natural irrigation from the earth. So.
Sure. So those are probably springs that feed into then Sulphur Springs Creek?
Lithia Springs.
I'm sorry.
But it has a distinct sulfur smell, which
Yes.
has kept me from drinking it.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a sulfur quality.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, we're going to take a little break right now, and then we're going to have him tell us all the varieties that we're seeing here.
Join us for our 24th season of Armchair Quarterback on C19 TV. Each week we look at the 4A Burns Bulldogs, the 5A Crest Chargers, the 6A Kings Mountain Mountaineers, and the 3A Shelby Golden Lions. We will also discuss ACC, SEC, and Gardner-Webb football, along with the Carolina Panthers. Armchair Quarterback premieres August 17th on C19 TV and online at c19.tv.
This is the place that I was able to go forth with my education. I've been to different places. I've tried to do this a few times and I wasn't able to get my GED until I came here again, and now I succeeded. I thought it was going to take me 2 years, 2 to 3 years, yes. It took me 3 to 4 months.
Well, we're in a different environment. We are in a tunnel. What is that the correct term?
It's a high tunnel, yeah.
High tunnel, yes. And because you applied for the grants,
Yes.
and did you do this through Cooperative Extension? How did you do that?
Yeah, the NCRS, we went through them. We
Okay.
applied because we're, new time farmers, so we use that program to kind of apply and see if we can get approved for 2 greenhouses, which we did. We got approved for 2. Yeah.
So they sent you the money and you put these up.
Yes, so they do a cost share program. So they give us a certain percentage per square foot of each of the greenhouses. So luckily with these greenhouses particularly, we didn't really have to pay little to no out of pocket when we put these 2 greenhouses up.
Wow, wow. And there are there are 2. There's one behind the cameraman.
Yeah.
And is that it, or there are more here?
Well, just these 2 that we got from the NCRS.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
But then you've done your own too.
We got some smaller ones up front that we use for our plant starts we do throughout the year.
Okay, good. Okay, so we're in a tomato shed, we could say. And Michael, tell us about how you're doing these tomatoes.
So our tomatoes in this greenhouse are done a little bit differently. We call this a lower and lean method. So what we do is we trim everything off, all the suckers or all the limbs off, and keep just the vines and the fruit producing things on the tomato. And then it gets really, really tall because it focuses all its energy on going up instead of bushing out.
Okay.
So by trimming all this back, it promotes the growth straight up and also promotes a lot of fruit growth. So once we trim everything up, we'll get everything nice and clean like kind of it is here. And once it gets too tall, like it's almost tall enough, we'll take this system and we'll lean the full tomato plant and kind of lean them as they go. So it'll still produce that we can still reach them, but it'll still keep growing, because these tomatoes will keep growing until it freezes over.
Well, of course, they're in a tunnel too, so you'll
Yeah.
have tomatoes on into what?
Yeah.
November,
Yeah,
maybe?
we hope so. And then once we can
Yeah.
close these sides down and hopefully heat this up, and hopefully do them as long as we can.
Oh, sure enough. Well, I'm somewhat familiar with these. We've done some shows that people have these, and I know they can be like 60 feet long.
Yeah.
As you lower them down, they curl around, but still continue to grow up and still produce tomatoes. Tim, I hope you can get some good shots of all the tomatoes that they have here. This is just amazing. And to know that you can have these, we'll hopefully say through November.
We'll hope so.
Won't that'll be a great thing.
Yeah.
So you'll have tomatoes for all you farmers and cooks out there to on into the fall.
Yeah.
So you only have tomatoes in this one.
Yes, we have different types of tomatoes.
Oh,
we
okay.
have heirloom tomatoes. We have your regular slicers, and we have cherry tomatoes is our main thing. We have a bunch of different varieties, but those are the 3 types of tomatoes we have in this
Okay, well that's great.
Yeah.
So you'll know to come to their stand long into the fall for your tomatoes. What are you growing in the one behind Tim?
So that tunnel over there is pretty much our lettuce tunnel. So we do all our lettuce in that tunnel. So we just had to start over because the heat was so crazy last week that it pretty much took our stuff over. So we had to start over. So we do most of our lettuce in there, just 4 rows of 50-foot rows of lettuce, and we do, iceberg.
And what kind of lettuce is this?
So mostly like a romaine lettuce, like the butterhead lettuces and stuff like that. The more nicer, like let's say premium with quotation marks lettuce there
Right,
that people
right.
like. But we try to bring lettuce as much as we can because we don't see a lot of that at farmers markets. Mostly because it's kind of hard to grow because the heat, especially. So.
Right. Well, you do know they have tarps that you can put over those see-through tunnels.
Yeah. We do have one shade cloth on that to kind of
Shade cloth. That sounds better.
to kind of cut that sun down a little bit, just because it gets so hot, right now because it's hot right now. So.
Do you have a fan then that you can blow out?
We do have fans we bring in from time to time when it gets too hot. But right now we don't have a fan in there now, but we do have fans we bring in.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we've talked about 2 of your products, aubergine, which is your eggplant. We've talked about tomatoes and lettuce. So what else do you grow here?
Let's see. Well, it's kind of where to start. So I'm kind of looking at the rows as we go.
You do that.
So we go cucumbers, 2 types, which is like a white wonder, which is the white cucumber, and your regular slicing cucumbers. We also grow spaghetti squash, which is really popular at our farmers markets. We also grow corn, watermelons, and cantaloupes.
Okay.
We also do bell peppers, jalapenos, radishes, squash, and zucchini. What else do we grow?
We grow different kinds of beans. We have a row of lima beans that's coming up nicely,
good.
bush beans, snap peas, shelling peas. All kinds of hot peppers, so if you like
great.
torture, you let us know.
Do you have any ghost peppers?
We do have a whole row of ghost
Whoa,
peppers.
yeah.
I'm not brave enough to try them, but I applaud those that are.
Yeah.
Right behind, we have a new row of cucamelons. That's new for us this year.
Cucamelon.
They're very
Whoa.
cute. I have no idea what to do with them yet, but they're very cute. But you have to fight the beast in order to pick them. So, haven't brought a lot of those to the market yet. Maybe this weekend I'll be brave enough to get out there and get a bunch of them.
Well, if you wear gloves and a long sleeve shirt, that should help.
Yeah, I might actually just wear my bee suit that we use for beekeeping.
Oh, yes,
and go in there
yes.
because the bees do not want to share the cucamelon, so they must be delicious.
So you also have honey on the property.
Well, we have honey, but we're stingy with it, and we haven't sold much this year because we eat it ourselves.
Well, that's okay. No kidding. The farmer first, and then the customers.
Right. We love honey, and we love bees and pollinators in general, and we'd like to expand that a lot more in the future. I did the beekeeping class out of Gaston County. That was so much fun. I did it with my parents, and I want to expand on that, but it takes a lot, and there's so much on the plate. But in the future, definitely want to be more in the honey production.
Okay. Well, there's a very active bee club. I think that's what they call it, through the county office building, Cooperative Extension.
Oh, I didn't.
Anyway, yes, it's an extensive club. So many people in it, and they have programs every month. So you may want to become a member of that.
Hey, yeah, I can make some bee friends. That's a great idea.
Exactly. So, okay, well, we're going to take another break, and we're going to move to another part of the garden.
Someone once said that without music, life would be a mistake. And that's how we feel here on Face the Music. Hi, I'm Summer Castle-Keever, and I'd love for you to join me each month on our new program, Face the Music, which airs on C19 TV and C19.tv. Each month we'll highlight the talents, personalities, and stories behind some of the area's most gifted singers, songwriters, and musicians. It's going to be a lot of fun, so join me each month for a new edition of Face the Music right here on C19.
We always have had
That's
a
true.
certain courtesy to other people upon their retirement or somebody's passing.
Well, I got something nice to say about our retirement.
Well, we're not.
Good riddance.
Oh, was it
But I
you?
thought
First, he put giant flagpoles on the White House lawn like it was a Buc-ee's, and then he cemented over the Rose Garden. Then he turned the Oval Office into a place that looks like a New Orleans cat house.
Well, I'm sure President Obama evaluated both candidates and went with the best one, better one.
Yeah, one of them had a D by her name.
Well, one cannot help but wonder why. Betsy, one possibility would be that the Hurricanes are now afraid to enter the newly named Gulf of America while Trump's in the White House.
Education is our most powerful tool to improve and change our world. Hi, I'm Rhonda Benfield, your host for School Matters. Join me for a new program every other week with information from and about the students and staff of Cleveland County Schools. Discover what our schools are doing to challenge students and help them reach their full potential. You can catch us on Spectrum Cable Channel 19 or stream us live on c19.tv.
She gets her hair from her mom, her eyes from her dad, and her drugs from her home medicine cabinet. Fact: more people die from drug overdoses than from car crashes or gun violence. And over 50% of those deaths are from prescription drugs. Prescription drug abuse is preventable. 1. Secure and take regular inventory of our medications. 2. Dispose of unused or expired medications. 3. Share this message with others. Be aware, don't share, lock your meds.
Fourth segment, folks, if you've been keeping up. And I hope that you're taking notes and where you need to be at the farmer's market for what you want. All right, Kaylee, I want you to tell us what we're standing in front of.
Sure. This is our grow out pen. This is for our juvenile chicks. They'll live out here until they're fully feathered and safe to join the regular flock. We pasture raise all of our birds here, so they live off the land, they eat off the land. We supplement them with a little organic feed, but for the most part, they eat what they find. So these are my future egg laying ladies here. I have about 45 chickens in here right now.
My word, Kaylee.
I love to bake. I come from a family of bakers, so there's never a thing as too many eggs. So I'm preparing for next year's egg needs.
Oh, gracious, yes. So do you have any of your baked goods at the farmer's market, or will you?
I would love to. That's something that we want to do. Hopefully maybe next year. I want to build a separate area, like a little baking cottage where I can go and not be interrupted, and because he likes to steal my baked goods as soon as they come out of the oven. So
although you don't look like it, Michael.
He works it off out here in the heat. But yeah, that is definitely a goal that I'd like to share more with the community, because I love to bake, and my Nana is the world's best sourdough maker. I'd love to have her help while she's here with us, and she loves to teach and educate and stuff like that. So that's a goal for both of us.
What a great thing to do. So I see a lot of varieties of birds. There's a turkey walking around, and I know the bigger turkey stole 2 baby chicks.
She did.
From a hen, and now she's raising them.
Yep, she adopted 2 baby chickens. And they're with her somewhere, and she always has them, and she's teaching them to be turkeys.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
exactly.
And nobody challenges her because she's the biggest bird on the property.
Sure.
She just kind of gets what she wants.
Now, tell me about the ducks, too. There's like a group of those dark-looking ducks over there.
Yes, I have 2 groups of ducks. I have 2 separate duck houses. One duck house also has geese in it, and then I have a baby duck house. They're all about the same age now. But that little dark group is my littlest baby ducks. They're called runner ducks because when they walk really fast, it's funny.
Yeah. Well, they have their necks down close to the ground.
They kind of stand real proud, and they look like they don't have any arms. They're very eggplant shaped, aubergine shaped. So they're funny. We bought those I love to sit on the porch and watch my ducks walk around because they are so funny.
Oh my gracious sakes.
They're one of my favorite animals on the farm.
So, are you going to be having eggs at the market?
We do. We have usually chicken eggs and duck eggs at every market, and they always sell out very fast.
Oh, I'm sure they do. Yeah, right. So much better to have fresh eggs from chickens that are running around naturally. Absolutely. And eating natural food to make the best eggs.
Yes, there's a difference. I fully believe if you crack an egg from the store, because you really don't know how old that egg is, versus an egg from my farm or anybody else's farm, the yolk is richer, the taste is cleaner. Once you go farm fresh eggs, you just don't go back.
Right. Okay, well, let's see. Is there any other plant that you grow that you thought about that we didn't talk about? Your herbs.
Yeah, I was going to say we'll talk about our herbs and stuff like that. So we do plant starts in the first couple of months of the year. Starting at April, after the last frost, we start and sell pretty much everything we grow for the most part. You know, all our tomatoes, all our cucumbers and squash, zucchini, we sell all that, and watermelons and cantaloupes. We sell all plant starts like that. We also branch into herbs, like your basic stuff like basil, oregano, thyme, sage, stuff like that.
Okay.
And more of your odd things too, like your perellas and your, we have like the dark opal basil and stuff like that, dark basil and stuff like that. So we kind of try to get little unique things also. And we're also starting to hopefully branch into like aloe and stuff like that too. So
Wow. Michael. Well, you all, I am just so impressed with where you are. You've taken the backyard and made a mini farm out of the backyard, which you all can do. Remember, I told you last month you can go to the old dog lot and put in a garden. You can look behind the house in your backyard and start growing some plants like tomato plants and cucumbers. And vegetables that you like to do, because it's not that hard. Well, thank you all for watching us, and take these young people at heart. They're young farmers, which is what the world needs, are young farmers. And give them some business. They're at the farmers market. And the name of your farm is?
We are Plow and Plentiful Farms. So we sell at the Shelby Market, and also the Belmont Market and the Cherville Market. So we're pretty much a little bit everywhere. So you can't catch us at the Shelby Market, we're other places also. So.
My goodness, so you have people that sell at those other markets?
No,
So if they're not at the Shelby Market, then you know where else to find them. Thanks for watching. Have a great month.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cleveland Community College has identified strengthening online learning as the topic for its quality enhancement plan. We're calling it SOUL. SOUL's 5-year implementation plan is focused on continuous improvement of online courses and promoting student success. We're excited for you to take this journey with us.
Washington Outreach Ministries is one of the largest emergency food pantry in Cleveland County. We feed about 15,000 people a month. We have bi-weekly distribution every other Friday, and we serve them with all type of product, not just food product, but all type of necessities. Anything that they need, we have here and we can supply it. Food is available every day, but we offer bi-weekly distribution so the mass of Cleveland County can come through and enjoy some of the food products that we have here.